Butcher finger. Okay, so Nick Chandler Klein has been doing improv since 12 noon. He has not stopped. It is 10:37 p.m. and he's only gone to the bathroom for that's the only kind of breaks he's had, and he's eaten inside the room. Let's see how he's doing after 10 and a half hours of improv stand-up. Let's go.
All right, that's Scotch tape. And then there's other kinds of tape as well. For example, this kind of tape. That's masking tape. You can use it to make a mask. And then there's this kind of tape. That's duct tape. Now, a lot of people spell this with a T.
Just leave it like that.
I'm not going to make a decision. So I'm just going to do it like that. There's actually a brand of duct tape called duct tape. I think that's probably confusing for a lot of people. I appreciate origami, although I think I appreciate it too much. I've thought about how much I appreciate it and how much I should appreciate it, and those are not the same. That's probably about as much as I can say about Japan. I know they have a capital called Tokyo and an old capital called Kyoto. That must get confusing. I bet when they switched it over, people thought there was just a typo. Probably all the newspapers said, our new capital is Tokyo. And they're like, sorry, you spelled that wrong. This is assuming they spell in English letters in Japan. They fold things into planes. I don't know if you've ever seen a paper plane. But if you haven't, I'll describe them for you. Paper planes are like jet fighters, made out of paper, put in the hands of the ordinary citizen as a means of constructing a militia to fight against the oppressive government. It's part of the Constitution, read it. I feel like all U.S. states should be the same size. Otherwise, it's just unfair. Hey man, Texas gets a lot of space. That means every Texan gets a lot of space. I think that for coming from a person who is currently in Oregon, I feel like I could expand a little bit if we had some more, if we can take some of Texas and just move some Oregonians there. Plus then everything would be equal. I would feel better about each of us having 2 people in the Senate. I feel horrible about that right now. I think it was partially my fault. Because they asked me and I said okay. People have favorite colors. I don't really know why. It's not like, you can really choose what colors there are in your life. I mean, you can choose what colors there are on clothes you wear, but if you're walking down the street and a building is blue, you're not going to change it to green just because you fucking like it better. Unless you're willing to shell out the money for paint. And have a lot of free time at night. I wish I had more giant bags of candy. I feel like if I just had a giant bag of candy with me all the time, I would be happy. But I don't. I actually had a friend who found out that he had diabetes after he ate an entire bag of M&Ms. I don't mean like a bag, I mean like a bag. And that was a very interesting night because he didn't particularly like M&Ms. He just wanted to prove that he could do it. But apparently he couldn't. I don't know. I don't really know how diabetes works. I don't know if the bag of M&Ms gave him diabetes. I don't think that's how it works. There are some people who like to pick really weird colors for their favorite color. I think it's just because they like to feel special. Like if your favorite color is puce, you're an asshole. Like mauve is acceptable. That's not even how I pronounce it. I'm gonna pronounce it that way because I don't like it. But puce. Or like ochre. That doesn't even sound like a color. I don't know what color ochre is actually. I know it's the name of a color. I don't know what color it looks like. I should draw it. Okay. It's yellowish.
Doesn't matter.
Well, fuck that. It's not yellowish anymore. Now it's orange. All right. Okay. So there's some orange. I'm gonna pair that with some blue and some black. Hold on. There we go. And that is ochre.